How are you, Madeline? Are you adjusting to this world?
I was uneasy at first, but I'll say I am feeling more comfortable on and off the battlefield.
It makes me happy to hear that. Try not to push yourself too hard, all right? I'm concerned because, well, you often overdo it.
Zelestia, now that we're in this new world, I'd appreciate it if you stopped babying me. Really, there's no need to worry. I'm not overdoing anything.
Well, I suppose I don't need to nag too much. There are others here also watching out for you.
Yes, even the people of this world, despite my being new here. I'm grateful for their hospitality. It hardens my determination to work on their behalf and match their kindness.
Look at you being so ceremonious. It reminds me of Mavier.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to...
It's all right. You just caught me off guard. I won't deny that my speech and manners resemble his. He was my mentor, after all. After my parents' death, it was he who took me in and trained me for battle.
I was so surprised when the two of you came to Lethos. I thought you were his daughter.
Brother and sister I could see, but not father and daughter. Oh, dear. What time is it? As much as I'd love to continue reminiscing, I ought to go train. Let's pick this up later, shall we?
Well, she is growing up to become a fine young woman. I was hoping we could reminisce, Madeline. You and Mavier met in your hometown, is that right?
Yes. I had just lost my parents and was trying to protect my town from the corrupted. One day, a huge horde, the biggest I'd ever seen, descended on the town. They surrounded us. There were fires, people dying in the streets. I thought I was doomed. Then, out of nowhere, a knight appeared.
And that was Mavier.
Since he bore the armor and banner of the Fell Dragon's forces, I thought him an enemy. But he cut down all the corrupted around me, every last one. And when I looked into his eyes, I knew with certainty that he was on my side.
And so you were saved. Then you traveled together to where I was. You lost your parents, your hometown. I was worried by how depressed you were back then.
Yes, it's embarrassing to think on now. Even my memory of going to Lethos is fuzzy. If not for dear Mavier, I would have surely died en route. He saved my life many times.
But you carried on. You're so strong now. It's like you're a different person.
I have my mentors to thank. Mavier most of all. He taught me many skills. Having taken me in, he must have felt a duty to teach me. We trained together often. And I can't even count how many times he protected me from danger. Like at the temple.
I know.
I only wish I could repay him for all the ways he helped me.
You realize you gave Mavier something too. Something immeasurable. He was always telling me how happy he was to have found you.
Happy? He said that?
He really did. You can feel good knowing you brought him happiness. You supported him too. He watched you grow and learn with the proud, loving eyes of a father.
Oh. It seems we've circled back to the father-daughter talk. Still, I'm honored by his words. Thank you for sharing them with me.
I believe Mavier is still watching over you, even now.
In that case, I'll have to redouble my efforts to become a knight worthy of his respect. I'm going to go train. But let's talk about you next time, all right? Zelestia, I did all the talking last time. Now it's your turn. What brought you to Lethos?
That is an old tale indeed. It happened long before we met back in our world. Over 1,000 years ago, when Queen Lumera was still alive, Sombron laid waste to the Mage Dragon's village. I barely escaped with my life. I thought I might find refuge there, since Mage Dragons also lived in those lands.
What happened then?
I found much more than just refuge. Divine Dragon Lumera and her child welcomed me like family. We chatted, went on walks, and ate meals together. My wounds were able to heal there.
Yes, I know the feeling.
Then Queen Lumera lost her life, and the young divine dragon took her place. I served the throne for the 1,000 years of peace thereafter. When Sombron showed signs of returning, the divine dragon was distraught.
That's a surprise. Outwardly, the divine dragon always seemed calm, if a little aloof. Was it around then that Lady Nell and Lord Rafal, came to Lethos?
Yes. At first, I found it difficult to accept them. I even attacked them when we first met, intending to kill them, of course.
You what?
The fell dragon had taken so much from us, and they were his children. It was instinct. But the divine dragon accepted them with a smile and said to me, "Please support these two going forward, no matter what happens."
No matter what happens.
Foreboding, isn't it? It was as if the divine dragon knew something I didn't. Perhaps the fact that Lord Nil was lying about who he was. We may never know for sure.
No, sadly not.
After that, the Four Winds came along and, well, you know the rest. So, did you like my story?
Very much. It was fascinating. I'm glad to finally know your history. I see that Lethos was a place of healing and growth for you, as it was for me.
And we're going to continue growing here. Since we both arrived at the same time, we can walk this path together.
Absolutely. Let us face each battle, each challenge, without fear. And then, when this war is over, we can once again reminisce together.
I can't wait. It's a promise we will revisit when there is peace again.